to my channel. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Meg, and for today's video, I'm going to be filming an everyday makeup routine, and this is the final look. And if you guys want to see how I achieve this very easy, quick look, then keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so here are all of my makeup goodies that I use on days that I want to look put together. So I really love all of these products. Most of the products here I got during the pandemic. So yeah, I'm gonna share all of this with you and how I use them. The first thing that I do is apply my primer, and the primer that I use is the No Problem Primer from Touch in Sol. This is a very good primer, especially if you have like bigger, more obvious pores. I don't really have like that big of pores, pero I find that when I lay on the like tinted sunscreen on my face, it looks so seamless and flawless. That's why I really love using it. The way that I like to apply the primer is I put it on my cheeks lang, and then I blend it towards my nose, because that is where I have like more pores. And then yung other areas of my face, I don't put any primer na because I find it unnecessary, so I just put it literally on those areas of my face lang. Now I'm gonna be using my Rare Beauty Liquid Luminizer. You guys might think, now why am I applying a luminizer or a highlighter first? Well, that's because this particular highlighter doesn't really work on top of like foundation or tinted sunscreen. I find that it like breaks it down, nawawala yung foundation or whatever is it that's underneath when you put this on top. So I like putting this underneath na lang all of the things that I use. I have this in the shade Enlighten, and it's really nice because it's just like a clear base. Medyo silvery siya, pero not so much. Basta I really love this, and it is such a good product. So the way that I like to apply this is I like to apply a generous amount of product on the higher portions of my cheek, because you know you're gonna be layering it underneath, so you kind of need to put quite a lot, but it's not gonna look heavy, guys. I promise it is still gonna look very nice and glowy and skin-like. So for the actual base product, I'm going to be using the BLK Skin Tint Sun Shield, and I am in the shade Butterscotch. If you guys have been following me for quite some time, you guys would know that I do not like foundation at all on my skin. I feel very old when I have foundation on because it makes my skin like feel more textured when it's not really that textured. I tried this product just a month ago and I have fallen in love with it. This product is so freaking good, as in this quality is really nice. For the price, it's really good. It feels like skin, it feels lightweight, it doesn't really feel ugly despite it having very nice coverage. I would say it has medium coverage, so I really do love this on days that I want to even out my skin tone. The way that I like to apply this is I put product on my cheeks, on my forehead, and on my chin. Sometimes I put product on my nose, but I don't feel it like putting some today since parang naparami yung paglagay ko sa forehead ko. But anyway, I do love applying this using a brush because obviously it's a sun shield. It doesn't have that much coverage. I don't recommend using a sponge because, you know, a sponge does absorb the product. I highly recommend using a brush personally if you don't want your fingers to get messy. Obviously, it's not that full coverage kasi makikita nyo na mayroon pa ring discoloration sa cheeks ko, but I do appreciate that it evens out my skin tone, at least in this like area of my face, kasi medyo uneven yung area na yun. So yeah, I really do recommend this. I love this so much. The next product that I'm going to apply is a concealer. This is the Rare Beauty Concealer. I am in the shade 250W. I really am in love with this concealer. Ever since I got this, I've been using it non-stop. This is the most pricey concealer I own, pero honestly super worth it niya kasi it doesn't crease on my under eyes at all. Other people don't really like it kasi it's like oily daw, like it doesn't work on their oily skin. I have quite oily skin, especially in this area, but I don't find it like creasing or breaking apart, so I am so in love with this. The way that I like to apply the concealer is I just put some product on the inner corners of my eye. I don't really put a lot, and then I just blend it out. It blends out seamlessly, so nicely. You don't need much effort in blending it. You can use your fingers or your brush or a sponge. I do love using a sponge for this. And then if I feel like kulang pa yung coverage, I just add another layer and then it builds nicely. So if you want a more full coverage or medium coverage, you can definitely build it up easily. You can kind of see naman na hindi siya super like na-cover yung darkness ng eyes ko. Meron pa ng konti. Pero I do love na it gives you that very natural finish and natural look. After applying the concealer, I'm gonna be using my trusty Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in Translucent Extra Coverage. I am in love with this powder. Ever since I bought this, ito na yung lagi kong ginagamit. I've never like reused my other powders because this gives me the coverage and everything that I need. Like, it sets my under eyes very nicely. It doesn't like move or like budge or like crease at all, especially with the Rare Beauty concealer. They work well together, they work like a dream. So I really love this. The way that I like to use this powder on my under eyes is I like blending it out first with a sponge just to make sure na hindi pa siya nagsettle sa fine lines ko, and then I use a very small brush and then I put like isaktong amount lang of powder, and then I press it into my skin and then like blend it out just to make it look more seamless. I just focus it on the area where I have concealer on para lang maset yan, since I'm going to be using a cream blush pa later on. Now I'm going to be moving on to the blush. I love blushes, you guys. I buy a lot of blushes, highlighters, and lip products just because those are the products that I use a lot of, and this is super worth your money. This is a Rare Beauty blush. It is in the shade Bliss. This product is very, like, this shade in particular is very flattering. I also have it in Joy, pero hindi siya flattering sa skin tone ko, especially if I just use it for an everyday look. The Joy one is more for like glam looks, I feel like, personally on my skin tone, but their Bliss shade is so freaking nice. It gives you that very like fresh look, parang, you know, it just really looks fresh because it is a nice pink. The way that I like to apply this on my cheeks is I put a generous amount, since Bliss is not the most pigmented out of all the blushes. I like apply a generous amount on both of my cheeks, and once you blend it out, it blends so easily. It blends like a dream. You can use your fingers, a brush, or a sponge, but I personally prefer using a brush, and it is the most beautiful, gorgeous shade ever. I do have other alternatives for the Rare Beauty blush if you're looking for a more affordable one, because I know that it's quite expensive, especially if you're new pa lang to makeup. Another more expensive recommendation that I have is from Happy Skin. This is the Color Play. This is in the shade Dawn. This is honestly such a gorgeous everyday shade, as in it is so freaking amazing. I really love this because it looks like parang super fresh and more beachy, and it is more peachy than the Rare Beauty one, but I do really love it for everyday makeup looks. And then for a more affordable product, I really do love the Color Snap in the shade Beachy. It is also one of my like, feeling ko, if you're looking for a product that is very easy to blend using your fingers lang, this is one of that product na super easy to blend using your fingers. You don't really need much effort in blending it out, and it stays for quite a long time, honestly. So I really do love this. Now that I'm done with all of my cream products, I'm gonna be setting my face with powder. And yes, I do set my face with powder because I have oily skin. If you have like dry skin, I think like you don't need to set it na, but honestly, with the weather that we have in the Philippines, feeling ko if you don't set it, it's gonna melt off. But yeah, unless you're in a like air-conditioned environment all the time. But I do set my face, and I'm using my favorite local powder, and honestly my favorite powder of all time. It is the Vice Cosmetics Duo Finish Foundation. This is in the shade Chesa. This is actually my mom's. I use the shade Putina Mez, but then I run out of it. I'm just gonna use Chesa because I just really want to use my favorite powder of all time. The way that I like to apply this product is I just use a big fluffy brush, dip it into the pan, and just put it all over my face. I don't really use a lot of product because gusto ko lang na maset yung face ko and maybe add a bit of coverage. On days that I do want a bit more highlighter, I do apply another highlighter on top of the luminizer from Rare Beauty that I used. And if that happens, I use my ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Flexitarian. I really do love this. Today, I'm not gonna be using it though because feeling ko enough na yan. Pero on days that I want a more like obvious na highlighter, I do add a lot of this. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm gonna spray my face with the Fresh Formula Hello Hydration. This is not a setting spray, so it's not gonna lock your makeup in for the entire day. Pero I like using this para lang mag-melt yung powders into the skin so it looks more seamless and more natural. So the way that I like to use this is I spray a generous amount on my face, and then I go in with my sponge to press the product into the skin para lang mag-melt siya together with the powders. For the brows, I don't do much because I don't really know how to do my eyebrows, so I just go in with the Strokes Brow Colorist in the shade Cold Black. I really love this product. It is quite pricey, pero feeling ko naman sulat siya, and it does the job, you know? Like, I honestly am obsessed with this. And honestly, yung Strokes, na branded everything, just the packaging, and I just love the brand so much, so this is one of my favorite products from them. So the way that I apply this is just normally how you would apply a brow mascara. It adds a nice hint of color, like a nice black color, making it appear more thick. So another thing to note is that this product is not going to keep your brows like straight or how you want it to be when you brush it. I think they do have something that's like a brow setter. You can search it up on their website or on Shopee and Lazada. It just gives my eyebrows that nice thickness that it needs. Okay, so we're almost done. We're just literally gonna use lip products and we're done with the video. So I bought a lot of lip products during quarantine, but these products I do highly recommend because these are like the safest products for everyday use. So my major obsession right now is the Strokes Silk Kiss and Passionate Peach. I really love this. Cute yung packaging niya, TBH. Parang siyang pill and I really love it. It has a nice mentally feeling that I really love. And another product that I love, this is a formula I've been obsessed with. I encourage a lot of people to buy it. This is the Happy Skin Lip Mallow. I have it in the shade Fresh Brew. I do love a lot of the shades, but feeling ko Fresh Brew or Iced Coffee is the safest shade if you want to try out the formula. And then if you want a mask-proof tint or lip product, I highly recommend the Happy Skin Kiss and Bloom Glossy Tint. I did not like this at first kasi hindi ko magets yung name na glossy tint kasi it's not glossy at all. Even if I-apply mo siya full, I don't know, maybe ako lang yun. But I do love the shade Sunny because it is more like a fresh look. Pero if you want a more parang a not so typical skin tint shade, I do love Bud because that is more cocoa in shade. I really love that. So I'm gonna be doing a lip combo today. I'm gonna be using the Happy Skin Lip Mallow and Fresh Brew first, just like a blotted effect, not really a full lip. And then I'm gonna be layering it with the Strokes Silk Kiss and Passionate Peach. I like applying a generous amount of that because I really love the formula and the effect that it gives. You can actually use the Strokes one on its own because it has like a nice pigment, a nice amount of pigment. It is lip oil, not a lip gloss, so it has more benefits for your lips compared to a lip gloss na gloss lang talaga yung binibigay niya. It is mentally and it has a lot of benefits for your lips, and I personally have dry lips, so ever since I used this, I found that my lips weren't as chapped because like obviously it's moisturized and it has a lot of benefits in it. So I really love this. So if you're looking for a lip oil, I highly suggest this. I feel like this is one of the most affordable lip oils because lip oils tend to be more on the pricey side, but this one is very affordable. So that is our everyday makeup look, and I love this makeup look so much because it's very easy to do with very easy products. Some products are more pricey than others, but I do believe na super sulit naman what you get despite how expensive it is, so I don't really mind. But I really do love the finished look. It looks like a no makeup look, but honestly, that is the kind of look that I love and want to achieve for the most of my life. So yeah, I really love how this makeup look turned out. I hope you guys love it too. Honestly, you don't need a lot of time, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes depending on how fast you blend things and you do things. You're done and good to go and you're ready for the rest of the day. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy this, and please don't forget to click the subscribe button, click the bell button beside it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below as long as it's positive because we don't need any more negativity in this world. And of course, don't forget to spread love and positivity because the world needs some kind, loving, and good people. See you in my next video. Bye!